Welcome into the Sports Game Podcast with Paul Catalina. I am Paul Catalina. This segment of Paul Has Issues is brought to you by NordVPN. And look, if you've got issues when you are traveling about and need a VPN to protect you, guess what? NordVPN is the best. Go to 365sportsdeals.com, click on the NordVPN logo, download it, use it. You will love it. I promise you that. Now, to my issue for today. I thoroughly enjoyed the schedule release videos from all across the NFL of all 32 teams. Big up to the Colts for their Simpsons themed video. If you haven't seen it or any of them, go to the team's social media feeds and you can watch them all. Many of them did a great job. The Falcons did a great SportsCenter spoof. All of these things are great. They really put some effort into it. I really enjoyed it. But to the meat and potatoes of this segment, the NFL schedule release, if not for the team's social media departments and willing participants in this to have fun and help market it, it is the biggest nothing burger of the NFL offseason schedule. Everybody likes to grab the schedule and look like, oh, okay, I see they're going to be, they're going to be 12-5, or, this could be a team that gets to the playoffs finally. The Cowboys were 7-9-1 last year. Well, maybe they can get to 10-7, and then we'll see. They'll get in the playoffs. Here's what the thing about the NFL schedule, which college football is becoming more like this now because of the parity and the player movement. You have no idea how good a team is going to be from year to year. And because they have a scheduling formula that moves around and, it depends on your finish and all of these different things, there are going to be teams who were good last year who are terrible this year. The flip in the NFL is absolutely ridiculous. There are so many teams that can be elite one year, and then because of injuries, because of retirements, because of free agency, all these things happen, and you get old really quick. And also, no athletes in the world get older faster than NFL players. It's the most physical game that we play as human beings, and eventually, guess what? The car stops running as fast as it could. So I'm not here to rain on your parade. If you want to get together with your buddies and break down the schedule, that's great. I always think of the Patton Oswalt movie, Number One Fan, where he played a crazed stalker Giants fan, and he and his buddy would get together and they would talk about all the wins on the schedule when it came out. And that's great. That's fine. And we're going to spend a lot of time breaking these things down. But here's what's got to happen. There is minicamp and training camp and the preseason. And we don't know who was good last year, who's going to stink this year, not only team-wise, but player-wise. Which coach is checking out? Who made bad offseason moves? Which moves are going to work out that we didn't expect? There's so much now that we don't know about the NFL. So let's not get so super excited about the schedule. Now, I appreciate that the league has somehow made telling when you're going to play the opponents, you already knew who you're going to play when, interesting. So good on you for that, because I'm not sure anybody else could do that. And because it's only a 17-game season, it's a little easier to do that. The NBA, the NHL, Major League Baseball can't really do that the same way because there's so many games in those sports. But there are interesting parts to it. The Cowboys playing the Ravens in Rio, to me, is wild. And if there's a team that belongs in Brazil, it's probably the Cowboys. So we'll see how that goes. And look, as a Cowboys fan, a person who's covered the team for a really long time, I meet the schedule with the same intensity every single year. And that intensity is, all right, cool. We'll see what happens. But I do know there's a lot of people out there who have to cover this and analyze it, not knocking any of that. But what I am telling you as a fan is temper your excitement. The NFL flips on a dime. Let's look at the Kansas City Chiefs. Dominant run, and last year couldn't get out of their own way and wound up missing the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes suffered a season-ending injury. There was nothing but bad news for Kansas City down the stretch last year. But guess what? That doesn't matter anymore. It's this year. Hopefully this translates to some teams in college football that you can, be at the bottom and then shoot back up to the top because of the new parity and player movement and all that stuff. But that's another topic for another day. So enjoy the schedule release videos that were well done by most of the 32 teams. But don't get too excited or entrenched in your predictions, because if anything history has told us is that it doesn't really mean much. That's going to do it for Paul Has Issues today. We'll have another one tomorrow, and stay tuned tonight at 7 o'clock Central Time, the Friday Extravaganza premiere with me and Steven Simcox here on 365 Sports Extra.